Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite productivity podcast with me, Anna Angelova, and my co-host, Jores Minasvand. Hey, Jores, how are you doing today?
Hey Anna, I'm doing very well. How about you?
Oh, it's awesome. And we are recording this episode particularly from beautiful Michigan. About to go watch the Tigers later on. So, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I love it.
Mhm. Amazing.
If you listened to our episode last week when we resumed More Than Just Task Management, you know that one of the things that we will be talking about is goals and vision. And this is what we're starting with. And what I was thinking, it makes a lot of sense to start with how you choose a goal. Like, what goal do you even choose? And this is one of the things where I know some people struggle with, and then I know some people can't even choose, like they don't even know what to focus on. And then other people choose a goal, but when the goal is not meaningful, how you don't go after it. Like, yeah, you can start, but then you don't finish it. You don't achieve it ultimately. So how do you choose a goal that is meaningful to you, that matters, and that you'll be able to achieve? I was thinking this would be a good conversation to start with. So, um,
Yeah, it is a good conversation. I if I were to speak from experience, I hear an echo. If I'm to speak from experience, I think one of the uh, best ways to set a goal, I think you also mentioned it, is choose a goal that matters to you. Don't choose a goal that is to satisfy somebody else or some other agenda or I mean uh, there are different goals. We have personal goals, we have business goals. uh, Personal goals are, this is very important, don't choose a goal for somebody else. And this is especially, I know all of our conversations go back to fitness but and health, but this is where most people fail when it comes to managing their health and fitness. They choose a goal that has expiry date. They choose a goal that uh, is for somebody else. What do I mean by this? Expiry date. Oh, I need to lose 20 pounds because I'm going to cruise in summertime. I want to fit in my Speedo and I don't want a big belly, or I want to fit in my bikini. Oh, next Christmas, we're going a high school reunion. I want to look good for my, by all means, we are very powerful when our mind, we put something in our mind, we get it done. Come next December, the morning after the high school reunion, guess what happens? Within 5 to 6 weeks, not only we go back to the original weight or whatever uh, status that we had, we go way beyond that. So set a goal for yourself, because if the goal is for yourself, when you wake up every morning, that goal is for you, you will do it. The other, something else that I found that it really helps me with consistency of my health, following my health and tracking, making sure that I work out consistently. I set a goal for myself that will never expire, and that goal is being healthy. Because there's no way one morning I'm gonna wake up and say, "Oh yeah, I've just turned 65. Yeah, that's it. From now on, I'm healthy for the rest of my life. I can go smoke, drink, eat, not work out, do everything, but I'm gonna stay healthy for the rest of my life." That will never happen. If you want to stay healthy to the last day of your life, you need to work out. You need to put the work in. You need to apply yourself. So when it comes to setting goals, it's very important. The right goal for the right reason, and with, like, it has to be non-expiry. So
I understand what you're saying, like with non-expiry, and I would challenge you in this because, in a way, non-expiry is like, how do you know you've achieved it? Like, how do you know? And this is where um, the best goals, they turn into a lifestyle. They turn into, because the best goals, they help us implement new habits, new routines, new processes, things that stay with us even after, like you said, even after we achieve the goal. Instead of going back to our old habits, we stick with the new habits because, in a way, this is who I am. And this is where, like, one of the topics or categories of topics that we will be covering in future episodes is that identity, who you're becoming. Because, like, and again, with the health goal, when you focus on losing weight, for example, one of the things is exercising. In a way, you're becoming an athlete. And what do athletes do? How do they live their life? What do they eat? What do they drink? And so I understand what you're saying. However, I would challenge you that, or with this, that especially in the beginning, it's good to have a goal that I've achieved it, because this is what gives us also that motivation, seeing the progress, knowing that, oh, I'm moving closer and closer. So when you're choosing a goal, I would say absolutely something that choose your own goal. And even with business, I would say, even with the business, like if you're a business owner, building your own company, running your own company, really think about your own company, where you are and where your company is going. And for personal as well, like, spend a little bit of time. And if you do this now, spend a little bit of time to sit down and just be with yourself, maybe journal, maybe meditate, whatever helps you to really see, is this my goal or not? Like, this is something that will help you, because when you know that, yes, this is what I want to do, it's way easier. But when it's something from the outside, when you don't have the buy-in, like, again, buy-in is something. If you're a business owner and you have a team, like, or if you're running a team in your company, like, how important buy-in is. And the first buy-in you need for achievement, for goal, for productivity and things like this is your buy-in. Like, you need to be bought into, this is my goal. So definitely choose something that you want. And I would continue this, by the way, and I'll share it here. So if you're listening to our conversation on one of the podcast platforms, you can head to our YouTube channel, where you can again see our beautiful faces. But one of the things that I really liked, like, recently I read about this, and I was thinking that it makes a lot of sense. Um, One of the things is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like, you might have heard of this one, maybe you haven't. So Maslow, in the beginning of last century, he was a psychologist, I think. He came up with a hierarchy of needs, things that we human beings need in a way. And it starts with those physiological, so they're kind of at the bottom. This is food, water, air, like all these things that we need to survive. Like, these are really physiological needs. Then from there, we have safety needs. Need a shelter. We need finances, like money, all these kind of things. And if you think about, these are kind of basic needs. And from there, the third level of needs we have is the belongingness and love. Like, we need to belong. We need to know we are part of something. We need friends. We need relationships. We need communities. And from there, the next level is the esteem needs, which is, like, you can see, if you're watching the video, you can see, like, prestige, feeling of accomplishment, these kind of things. And these two, like the belonging and the esteem needs, they are psychological. So after the basic needs, we have psychological needs. And then at the top of the pyramid or hierarchy, this is the self-actualization. So reaching our full potential, which includes all kind of creative needs and activities and things like this, and it's in a way self-fulfillment. So of course, like, this is a model, and like any other model, it represents things to a certain extent. So there is a little bit of truth in this one, because if you think about it, when you are hungry, like when you are really hungry, or when you were thirsty, or when you were tired, how much do you think about self-actualization? How much do you think about your friends if you are uh, hasn't you haven't eaten since yesterday evening, and you are on a 24-hour fast, for example, when you're really hungry and hangry and whatever it is, you don't think about friends. You don't think about stuff. You think about, okay, where's my next meal coming? So why I'm sharing this is like there's truth about these needs, that we need have these physiological needs, we have these safety needs, and you probably know, like a lot of us, like one of the biggest topics along with health is also finances, and a lot of us have money worries, money anxiety. Like a lot of us are not earning enough. Like there's so many expenses, so much to spend on, and then salaries rarely go up. So this is to say that we do have needs that if they're not met, if we don't have enough food, if we don't have enough money, trying to jump into improving relationships or self-actualization, like becoming a chess master or something like this, it doesn't make sense. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't work on different goals. It goes maybe one goal that's related to relationships, and then one goal that's related to achieving your full potential. But the thing is that if you don't have those certain needs covered, it's really hard. Like if you're barely meeting your financial needs, like you're living paycheck to paycheck, setting a goal about your personal relationship and a goal about becoming a better musician, for example, it doesn't make sense. And a lot of times, because we do have, like, these are needs that we do have, and as much as we try to deny this, it's here. Like, we have the physiological needs. We need the food, the water, the air, all these kind of things. We have the safety needs. Like, we need shelter. We need money. And I'm not saying like we need all of us need millions of dollars. No, it's about having enough money to cover expenses, have some discretionary spending budget, and maybe even put something aside. Like, enough that you're not worried, enough that you're not anxious, enough that you don't depend on others and things like this. So I know this was a little bit long, but the idea is this: if your basic needs are not met, and you're thinking about, okay, how do I build a life I want to live? I would highly encourage starting with a goal, choosing a goal that's related to your basic needs. Starting with a goal and that's why we talk a lot about health. We'll talk a lot about finances as well. These two are so important. They are in these basic needs, like the physiological needs and the safety needs. This is where these come in. So if your health is not at a decent level, if your wealth is not at a decent level, highly recommend set these kind of goals before you try to improve relationships, before you try to mm, accomplish other things. And one of the things is that if you think about it, by working on goals, even if these goals are related to the basic needs, you're actually improving, you're actually working this self actualization. You become better, you start reaching your full potential by working on your health, your wealth. You're actually working on something that really helps you fulfill your needs and actually get to your full potential, as I said. And again, I know I talked a little bit too long, but I really want to emphasize that if your health and your wealth are not at the level they need to be, then choose a goal that's related to your health and choose a goal that's related to your wealth. And with full transparency, I know last week I mentioned about weight goal. The other goal I have as a founder and business owner is a financial goal. And I'm perfectly okay with this. This is what I'm focusing on. And it's not just preaching, it's also I'm doing what I'm talking about. And again, it makes a lot of sense to really do this kind of thing and make sure your basic needs are met first. Choose goals that align there. And one of the examples, I mentioned that recently I came across this, and I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense. Like I've known about the Maslow hierarchy of needs for a long, long time, but uh, I came across this idea relating the goal to the hierarchy of needs very recently. And one of the example was with someone who was really focused on becoming really good at chess. So this person would play chess a lot and, of course, getting better. But this person was 300 pounds. And ultimately, what happened is he had a heart attack and needed bypass and all these kind of things. And it didn't matter. The chess didn't matter anymore. So for you to achieve some of those other goals with better relationships, with maybe some hobbies or interests you have, you need to have those basic needs covered.
Basically, you're saying don't go traveling the world if you can't pay your own mortgage. So
Yep.
yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, uh, I've this is something that not articulated the way the MATLAB pyramid shows, but this is something that I've done most of my life. Maybe it came naturally, or something I learned, or maybe it came from the life that I lived, where I had no money, no bank account, a pair of slippers and a short. That was it. But uh, that's what I have done most of my life. Like I always set a ground zero, and then I do more, and then I raise the ground zero to a new ground zero, and then so I never take a step back. Like I'll always take an like it's sort of my own way of doing things. So I always had that security and that bottom part covered, and then I went to the upper ones. So yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I've seen people who don't care about it, or they don't know about it, or they don't do it, and I have seen so many people fail in this. It's um, it, it just makes sense.
It also reminds me what you were saying is also reminds me with the other saying, you need to walk before you run. And this is what ultimately it's all about. When you choose that goal right now, really think about where are you, and are you still learning to walk? Okay, perfect. And again, getting back to the conversation about a goal that matters to you, a goal that is for you. The fact that someone is already running and they are improving their speed, it doesn't matter. Like it's your journey, like focusing on your journey and where you are. Comparison with others, to an extent, like we all compare with others, and they're like with anything else, there are good and bad things about it, pros and cons. Because it's good to aspire, like it's good to say, "Oh, I want to be like this person. Like I want to be able to run a 5K in 30 minutes one day, and not just one day, right? In 6 months, for example." And then you might want to say, "Oh, I want to be in a year from today. I want to be this senior manager who leads a team of 15 people." So this is fantastic to look for examples. And I know, Joris, one of the things is you're looking for examples where you don't want to go, as well as for examples where you want to go. But again, choose a goal that matters to you. And then, as I said, choose a goal. Like if your health and wealth are not at a decent level, nothing else will matter if you don't have those basic needs covered. So there's nothing wrong about it. Start there because again, if you're especially with health, and this is one of the things that we rarely realize until it's too late, when like even just a cold sometimes can be can stop us from living our normal life, let alone striving for more. So when you're choosing that goal, I would put health and finances in the at the top together, like the two of them together. And then from there, if you have this covered, maybe you want to focus on relationships. Maybe you want to continue with your wealth and go from 6 figures to 7 figures, from 7 figures to 8 figures with your business, for example. Now, that's fantastic. Or maybe you want to focus on hobbies, or maybe you want to focus on something completely different, something with your kids, like being a better father. Yesterday was Father's Day, or maybe a better mother, all these kind of things. So, again, when you choose your goal, when you are choosing your goal, look at where you are and where you want to go. And I know sometimes it's hard, of course. Like we look at other people. Like I know someone, like another business owner, she is competing in high rocks, like this new craze with where there's running and there is functional uh, exercises as well. So she's competing in high rocks. She started with the amateur kind of thing, and now she's in the pro. And she's been doing amazing for her age group and all these kind of things. She runs kilometers under 4 minutes. I think in the last one, the first kilometer, she ran it under 3 minutes. My kilometer is like 7 minutes. So, you know, uh, I have my own journey. I am doing my own thing. I'm improving. As I mentioned last week, I had a personal best. I ran a kilometer in, I think it was 6 minutes and 27 seconds, which was fantastic. So, again, sit down, cut all the noise. Don't ask people for opinion. Choose your goal. And I would also say it's amazing to dream big and just work small. And would encourage you to choose a goal that may be a little bit scary, that maybe you might be thinking, can I really do this? I would say try this, like choose a goal that's pushing you. Like, if you are 210 pounds like me and you want to lose some weight, don't say, oh, I want to go to 200 pounds. This is not a goal. Choose something that it will take you 6 months to a year to achieve. So yeah, I think this is the main thing, or these are the main things I wanted to share with choosing a goal, something that matters to you, something that is based on where you are. Health and wealth first, and then uh, a goal that scares you, something that you can achieve within, I would say, a year. Forget about even the 6 months, something that you can achieve within a year. Because a lot of times, again, another saying, and I know some of these are cliches, but we overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can do in 1 year. In 1 year, like, you can easily lose 50, 60 pounds. It's more than doable.
Very well put. I agree with everything that you said. I mean, put the right goal, the right way, stay consistent, and you'll achieve anything you want. And it's always the right goal. You're right. Going from 210 to 200 is nothing. Within 6 months, you're back to 225, 230. But you choose a goal that is harder, that's more attainable and better results. When you get to 170 or 180, then it becomes, you can go from working out every day into maintenance mode. Then it becomes easier to maintain. So choose the right goal, do the right way, and be consistent.
Yeah, because when you think about it, when you choose a goal that's a little bit more of a stretch, what we were talking about, those habits, those routines, like if you do something for a whole year, chances are that you already have something in your lifestyle that has changed, a habit that will stay with you. And that's why, if you go and exercise every day or 6 days out of 7, or even 5 days, like Monday to Friday for a year, oh boy, you miss it if you stop doing it. And this is one of the things I think the other one. And again, I will talk about habits and things like this. Like when do you stop? Like you said, you don't stop; it continues. But then you have a habit when it's harder to not do it than it is to do it. So if it's hard for you to not exercise, like you feel crappy, you feel uh, unhappy when you don't exercise, and you feel awesome when you exercise, then you know that exercising is part of your lifestyle, that it's something that is a habit that will stick with you. But anyway, today is choosing the right goal. Like, how do you choose a goal? And this is where the right goal is the goal that is for you, your personal journey, where you are right now and where you want to go. So spend a few minutes. Well, I would actually say maybe even half an hour, maybe even an hour, whatever you need on your own, just thinking about it. What do you really want? What kind of life do you really want to live? Who do you want to be? How do you want to reach that self actualization, that the full potential that you already have? And start with the goal that really matters to you right now. And if your health and wealth are not where they are, start with this and then go from there.
Very nice session, Anna. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Joris.
You're
So
welcome.
this is it. And again, if you are listening and you wanted to see the Maslow pyramid hierarchy, go to our YouTube channel. There will be a link in the description for the YouTube channel if you want to head there. And you'll be able to see Plantor behind us in the background. But this is it for today. Of course, we'll continue talking about choosing goals and setting goals and all these kind of things in future conversations. Next week will be all about mindset and identity, because again, this is really, really important. And I don't know the topic yet. Like, we'll figure it out. But stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We are available now on quite a few platforms. So Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, I think. Did I miss something? I think these are all the ones where we're available. And we also have, for Plandor, we have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and as I said, YouTube channel. So um, if you enjoy the conversations, if you are thinking about how do you become the best version you can be of yourself, productivity, goal setting, all these kind of things, follow us on these platforms, give us a like here and there. We really appreciate it. It's just the beginning for us for this journey. So anything helps, like comments, like shares, following us. So yeah, if you haven't done any of these, do it now. And we'll be back next week with another conversation. And if you have any questions, of course, or anything you want us to touch on and discuss, let us know and we'll do it.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Ernest. Bye.